In Lower Manhattan, it is day 2 of testimony in Trump's hush money criminal trial. Right now, the prosecution's first witness, David Pecker, is back on the stand. You'll remember he is the former publisher of the National Enquirer. He's accused of being the architect of the catch-and-kill scheme devised to protect Trump from bad press.
Earlier this morning, the judge held a hearing on whether Trump violated his gag order by publicly attacking people who will likely be witnesses in this case. A decision on that matter, though, has not yet been issued. NBC News correspondent Dasha Burns joins us now. So, Dasha, what is David Pecker telling the jury during this second day on the stand?
Vicki, we're really getting into the heart of this thing now. The questioning for Pecker started with establishing his relationship with the former president. Pecker saying he met Trump in the late 80s and they were in frequent and constant communication ever since, establishing a mutually beneficial relationship where Trump would give Pecker access and leak him stories. Pecker would then use those stories to juice interest in his publication. And that is what led up to a 2015 meeting at Trump Tower. This is one of the main pieces of evidence, one of the main parts of the narrative for prosecutors that they are talking about right now as we speak. This was a meeting between Pecker, Cohen, and Trump, where they talked about expanding that mutually beneficial relationship that they had for years into the presidential race, where Pecker said they agreed that Pecker would help to promote positive stories about former President Trump, negative stories about his opponents, and he would be his, quote, eyes and ears to see if any women might be trying to come forward with their stories, looking to sell their stories. Pecker saying he would buy those stories and make sure that they did not go public. That is what we're talking about here, that catch and kill scheme that prosecutors allege.
Dasha, let's go back to this alleged gag order violation. The judge here, he told one of Trump's lawyers that he is losing credibility with the court.
Yeah.
What else did the judge have to say?
Yeah, it was a really tense exchange between the judge and Trump's lawyer, basically saying, look, you are not making a good argument here. The judge was asking Blanche what examples he had of Trump responding to actual attacks. Blanche's argument is basically that Trump has been posting this as a response to attacks on him. This is political speech. This is not a willful breaking of that gag order. But Judge Merchan was not buying it, and Blanche failed to give solid examples of specific instances where Cohen or Daniels or any of the other folks that he has gone after on his social media platforms where they've actually attacked him. We don't have a ruling on that yet. We don't know exactly when we will hear an answer from Judge Merchan on that issue, guys.
All right, a lot to watch. NBC News correspondent Dasha Burns, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.